Hi guys, I Aziz welcome you to Codemaster. In this video, I am going to talk about chained exception. I will explain what is chained exception, how to create chained exception, how it works, and what problem it solves. So if you are willing to learn chained exception in Java, then this video is for you. So make sure to watch this video till the end. So let's get started. Alright guys, let's begin this video. So in order to understand what is chained exception, I have to tell a story. So let's imagine that there is an employee and this employee wants a day off tomorrow. So in order to take a day off, he has to request a leave. So you can see here in this code, we are creating an instance of employee and invoking a request leave method of employee object. So we have employee class here and we have request leave method inside of this class. And inside of this class, this employee is creating an instance of team lead class. Okay. And calling request leave method on TL object. Okay. By passing the instance of itself. If team lead rejects the leave, then this class is throwing employee leave not granted exception. Okay. So far so clear. Now let's go to team lead class. Here is a team lead class and in this class there is a method request leave and this method is accepting instance of employee. Inside of request leave method we are creating an instance of manager and then we are calling request leave method on the instance of manager by passing the instance of team lead and the instance of employee. If manager rejects the leave, then we are throwing team lead rejected leave exception, right? Let's go to manager class. If we go to manager class, you will see that we have only one method and that is request leave. And this method is taking instance of team lead and instance of employee. And inside of this method, we are simply throwing an exception, manager rejected leave exception. Okay. So this is the hierarchy of the employee, team lead and manager class. So what are we doing here? Let me again recall. We are calling request leave method on employee object. Then inside of employee object, we are calling request leave method of team lead object. And inside of team lead class, we are calling request leave method of manager object, right? And inside of manager, this request leave method simply throwing an exception. So this is how employee is requesting leave from team lead and team lead is requesting leave from manager. Okay. And manager is the boss. So he is the topmost person who finally decide whether the leave should be granted or not. Okay. In addition to all of these classes, we have three exceptions. So the first exception is employee leave not granted exception. And this is a user defined exception. And this exception extends the exception class of Java. Okay. And it has two constructor. First constructor is taking message as argument and second constructor is taking message and throwable as argument. Similarly, we have two more exception. One is team lead rejected leave exception. Again, these classes two constructor. One constructor is taking message as argument and the other constructor is taking message and throwable as argument. Okay. Now, we have one more exception that is manager rejected leave exception. Okay. And again, this class also has two constructor. Number one constructor is taking message as argument and the second constructor is taking message and throwable as argument. So as you can see over here, in manager class, it is throwing manager rejected leave exception. In team lead class, it is throwing team lead rejected leave exception. And in employee class, it is throwing employee leave not granted exception. Now I hope this entire hierarchy, all the classes and exceptions are clear to you. Now let's run the program and see what happens. So if we run the program, you can see here that we are getting exception, employee leave not granted exception. And the message of that exception is employee leave not granted. Now guys, if you look at this exception, you are never going to find out that what is happening behind the scene. So by following this type of structure, the caller would never come to know that what is the actual cause of leave being rejected. So guys, in order to solve this problem, chained exception comes into picture. Now what is chained exception? Chained exception is nothing but using chain exception, we can describe the cause of the exception, which means we are allowed to associate a cause with an exception. And then by using the exception, we can easily get the real cause of the exception. And because of this property, chained exception is also called nested exception. Now, if this is not clear to you, let me explain in detail. So guys, if you go to the throwable class, you will see that there are two constructors of this throwable class, and this class is the topmost class of the exception hierarchy. So the first class is throwable and then exception, and then we can create our own custom exception. So the topmost class is throwable class. So this class is two constructor. One is taking message as a string, and second constructor is taking message as a string and the throwable. So you can see here that in throwable class only we can also pass throwable. So this means we have throwable inside of throwable and inside of throwable. So because of this property of throwable inside of throwable, we call it chained exception. So as you can see over here, in all the exception we have two constructor. One is simple constructor that is taking only string, and one is advanced constructor that is taking messages as a string and throwable. So what do we do here? Manager is throwing exception, that is okay. Now let's go to team lead. Now here, in addition to give string, we can also provide a throwable, and throwable is nothing but a user defined exception, right? Because ultimately this exception is extends from exception, okay? And exception is a child class of throwable. So this means we can pass throwable here, right? Similarly, let's go to employee class. So in addition to this string, let's pass throwable to this exception, okay, like this. So what are we doing here? We are catching this exception here, and then at the time of throwing new exception, we are describing the real cause of this exception, okay? And the real cause of this exception is team lead rejected leave exception. Similarly, when I go to team lead class, the real cause of this exception is manager rejected leave exception. So that is why I am describing the cause of this exception by passing this exception as a throwable. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. Now let's run the program and see what would be the output. Let's run the program, and now you will see that the output is employee leave not granted. And what is the cause of this exception? The real cause of this exception is team lead rejected leave exception. Okay, and what is the real cause of team lead rejected exception? Manager rejected leave exception, right? So you can see the code over here is I am simply catching the exception, and using this exception I am getting all the causes recursively. This means first I am getting the cause of this exception, then I am getting the cause of this exception, and so on and so forth. So guys, by using the chained exception or nested exception, we get to know more about what is the actual cause of current exception. So whenever you have this scenario or this situation, you can use chained exception always to get the more information about the real cause of the exception. So let me show you once again how is it working. So first of all, we have this exception, manager rejected leave exception, okay? And then we have this exception, team lead rejected leave exception. Now this exception has one string and the cause of this exception, right? And then we have employee leave not granted exception. Now this exception again has one string and one cause of this exception, okay? So first we are getting this exception in the catch block, then we are finding the cause of this, and the cause of this exception is this team lead exception, and then the cause of team lead rejected leave exception is the manager rejected leave exception. So this is how we are finding the cause recursively till manager rejected leave exception. So guys, I hope now you have a clear understanding of how nested or chained exception works. So guys, this is all from my side. If you have learned something valuable from this video, then hit the like button in order to make YouTube algorithm happy. Please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click the bell icon so my friend you never miss any upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.